Today's actually my birthday, and this will be uploading today. So I'm working my butt off to make sure that I get this out for y'all today. So wherever you are, morning, afternoon, evening, I'm posting this up as my birthday video. If you want to be treated like a queen, you treat yourself like a queen. Telling someone how you feel will never ruin a genuine connection. These are the 26 advices, lessons, things and phrases and memories that I have learned before 26. Here we go. Number 1, have faith in God always. Number 2, whatever you want, God has a better plan and he sees bigger things for you than you see. You know, you want this, but he's seeing this for you. You're focusing on this, but you need to be focused on this because he is focusing on this. You know what I mean? So, think big. You gotta be thinking big, bitch.
You think it's small. We need to be thinking big. You need to be thinking big, bitch.
You gotta be thinking big. Number 3, honesty is the best policy. Yeah? You gotta just leave it at that. And number 4, tying into number 3, be open and transparent in every single way. It works in your favor. It works in everybody's favor. So you know what page you're on and what page everybody else is on. That is career. That is love. That is in every aspect of your life. Number 5, don't give a about what anyone thinks. Because listen, we're all gonna die one day. Quite morbid, I know. But chances are, you don't know these people don't know you. So why do you give a about what they think? You see what I'm saying? Number 6, you're more stronger than you actually think you are. And that is a fact. Sometimes we limit ourselves in the comfort zone and we think that that's where we remain. But if you remain in one place, how will you know how great you can be elsewhere? And that ties into number 7. Life is better outside the comfort zone. And that is fact. And this year, if anything, has proved me that coming out my comfort zone is made me blossom so much internally, externally, in every possible way. And I'm going to be losing the numbers, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 8, have grace for yourself. Half of the things, especially when you're learning to do things differently than how you ever did before, you've got to have grace for yourself. Sometimes you might forget how to do things. Sometimes you don't know how to do things. And sometimes it's hard. You know, you're learning new things. You're not going to get it from the jump. It's going to take time. So have grace for yourself. Next, find time for solitude. And as I do that, I'm actually going to unwind. I've been looking pretty all day and I'm going to unwind with y'all because I want to do 2 things at once. And I also want to get ready for bed. So as soon as I record this video, I go to sleep. So bear with me a second. I'm going to be using my LME's Pro Collagen Rose Cleansing Balm. I swear by it. It's one of the best things ever. Okay, I've got to be very careful with my eyelashes though. Ooh, need to get a re-up. Okay, where was we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Number 10, my favorite, treat yourself. I know. We've got the Cozy Lizzie. We've got cost of living. We've got all these type of things. But sweetie, treat yourself. My blush is amazing. Treat yourself because you deserve it. You deserve it so much. Treat yourself. Because if you don't treat yourself, who will? And if you don't set that standard for yourself, how are people going to know how to do that for you? You see me? All right. Number 11. Do not... My favorite. Do not trust men that talk a lot, but their actions don't match. Do not trust these men. Run away. Even girls. Do not trust men or ladies that talk a lot, but the actions are not matching. Trust and believe people will show you who they are from the jump. Don't have any benefit of the doubt. Don't think that maybe they're having a tough day. How they show you they are is how they are. Don't try to give them another chance. And speaking of don't give them a chance, Number 12, if a man disappears or a lady disappears and y'all talking, even if it's for one day, don't take them back. Don't talk to them because you're setting that standard. But everyone has different type of talking. Everyone like has different types of thing. But when it's very early on, you want to build that consistency for it to then get to a point where some days you might go without communicating. Yeah? But if they want to, they will. I'm a big, very, very firm believer of that. If they want to, they will. So if someone disappears on you, even if it's for a day, don't take them back. Don't continue talking to them because you'll see for yourself. Trust and believe. I have way too many experience with that. Everyone that has ever done that and I've taken them back has proven me why I shouldn't have taken them back in the first place. So that is an important one. Number 13 on the list, you set the standards of how you want to be treated. If you want to be treated like a queen, you treat yourself like a queen. Oh, let me not mess up my edges. You treat yourself like a queen and you let them know that you like to be treated as a queen. But you also show that in the way that you carry yourself, in the way that you talk about yourself, in the way that you maneuver and walk. People will treat you the way that you want to be treated and the way that they see that you like to be treated. It's as simple as. Number 14, princess treatment always. Always. I'm so sorry. I can never advocate anything else. Princess treatment always because you're a princess. And even if you're not a princess or sometimes you don't feel like a princess, you still demand princess treatment always. Princess treatment. That's all I'm going to say. I don't even need to elaborate. Number 15, act like you got it even when you don't. This is a big thing. It's a bit like the fake it till you make it, but I don't like this whole faking thing because we try to stay in our authenticity. You act like you got it even when you don't. Even when you don't feel 100% yourself, you still push yourself to do what it is that you're scared to do, because most times when you act it, you become it. And that is a very different thing than fake it till you make it. Trust and believe. Act like you've got it even when you don't. So even if you don't feel confident, act like you got it. Act like you have an abundance of confidence, because trust me and believe, you act that you've got an abundance of confidence, eventually you end up having a abundance of confidence. Act like you got $1 million in your bank and eventually you have $1 million in your bank. It's manifesting the life and manifesting the person that you're trying to become. Act like you got it even when you don't. That's my new upgraded version of fake it till you make it. Because I ain't faking nothing. This is me, baby. You get who you get. You see me? Learn how to say no to things, to events, and to people. This is a number one. This is really about your boundaries. You have to learn how to say no. You can't always be readily available. Spiritually, that's not good. And oh my god, that's barely anything. And energy wise, come on, you can't always be available for people because we just can't. You have to have time for yourself, and sometimes you can't always have to show up. You can't, because not that you have to do things to get things, but sometimes these people that are requesting for your time and your energy to be in certain places, I bet you if you was to ask them the same thing, sometimes they'll be like, yeah, sorry, but I can't make it. Why is that? Because they're prioritizing themselves and they're learning that I don't have to say yes to everything. You have to be picky with where you choose your energy to be. And that's a fact. No cap. When you say yes to someone and you actually want to say no, you're saying no to yourself. So choose if you want to say no to yourself. Ties into the thing that I said before, and there's no need for elaboration. That's literally what I said. I'm going to repeat again. When you say yes to someone, but you want to say no, you're saying no to yourself. I'm going to repeat that. When you say yes to someone, but actually want to say no, you're saying no to yourself. And we don't say no to ourselves. I'm not even going to go with numbers because I'm going to lose myself if I go through with the numbers, but we'll try it anyways. 19. Sometimes your enemy is your dark thoughts pretending to be the thoughts of other people or the opinion of other people. This is deep. Sometimes your enemy is your dark thoughts, pretending to be the thoughts of other people or the opinions of other people. I'm going to let that sit there, because I think that is the biggest lesson that I've learned this year. I was having a conversation with my best friend not too long ago, and she was like, I think I was saying to her, I was like, oh, I just want to prove people wrong, and I just want to prove, like, people may say that I might not get what I want. And she's like, but who are these people? And it stopped me in my tracks. She's like, who are these people? She said, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to delve into what she said, but she said something that struck out to me the most. She was just like, who are these people? Because I don't know who these people that you are. Name me these people that have said these things to you. And I couldn't even think of one person. I said general. What's general? How do you know what the general are thinking or saying? Those are your own thoughts that you've placed onto other people. You've placed your dark thoughts you've personified your dark thoughts as in a general thoughts of people. I know. Shook me to the core. That is one of the biggest lessons I've learned this year. Or one of the biggest things I've learned before turning 26. Oh, gosh. You will never meet some of these people ever again. Which ties into something that I said before. So why give a what anyone thinks? You might see this purpose only once in your life. Maybe not even a handful of times. So what does it matter? What does it actually matter? Nothing. Nada. Ask yourself if what you're worrying about now, you worry about in a year's time. Or even, that's going too far. Will you be worrying about it in a month's time? Will you be worrying about it in 6 months' time? If not, then there's no need for you to worry about it now. Wasting your time and energy mustering over something that could either be solved or a solution can be found one way or another. This is another big lesson that I've learned. Telling someone how you feel will never ruin a genuine connection. You should never be scared of telling anyone that you care about, or just telling anyone how you genuinely feel. Because if they genuinely have a connection with you, they'll understand where you're coming from and they'll understand your point. Simple as. I've had to cut off friends in my life because every time I said something to them, they would constantly take offense. And even if it was genuinely coming out of just genuine concern for them, they would take offense to it. And I was like, you're not actually my friend. You're actually not my friend. And I'll tell you why you're not my friend. Because my friend will know that whatever I say, I never mean it with any intent to be malicious or to hurt someone. I'll never say anything to someone that I care about genuinely to hurt them. I say it out of love. My tonality sometimes, I'm a person where I'm an aggressive lover. Not aggressive, because I don't think well, maybe it is, but it's like, I'm very passionate. And sometimes my passion can be misconstrued as aggressive. And so when it comes to it, like, if someone thinking bad about themselves, I'm like, don't think bad about yourself. Like, you're greater than that and you're bigger than that. Don't put yourself down. I'm a tough love type of individual. I grew up on tough love. Do I like tough love now? No. Give me soft love. But me now, I ask people to give soft love, so you need me how to be a bit softer with my love. But that's just how my love is. So if you take that in the wrong way, it's because you want to take it in the wrong way. Because I will never, ever, ever tell anyone anything if I don't think it's true. And even then, I will know how to say it in a way. But I'm only saying it because I want better for you. Or I want great for you. And I generally see it as a concern for you. And I think as friends, we should be able to be open and honest. And if we can't be open and honest as friends and pull each other out on stuff and call each other out on stuff, then what are we doing? We're not friends. Then I don't want to be friends with you. Which is one of the reasons why I cut off a lot of people in my life. I've got 6 trusted people that I have in my life, and that's it. And I fuck with them heavy. That's it. Yes, don't judge someone in their worst state or when they're not themselves. Give grace to just understand that they may not be 100% not there, and sometimes that can happen to all of us. We could be having a shit day. We could be having a mental day. Now, that doesn't warranty you to just accept anything and everyone someone says to you because they're having such a shit day. But we have to give grace because life can be very tough. And unfortunately, when you're having a tough time, the ones that often you not lash out to, but the ones that you kind of express this confusion and hurt and anger to is the ones you love the most. And we just have to sometimes have a bit more grace and let them be back into their actual state to understand if it was with intent. If anyone ever cusses you out or they're horrible to you and they're a full, complete state of themselves, then yeah, that person doesn't like you. But if the person is going through something, more times they're just trying to make you feel the way they're feeling. And it's sad. But you have to be able to be a judge on that. Yeah. Yes. I love this one. Number 21. I genuinely wish the best for every individual that I have had an encounter with in my whole life, apart from the ones that should have known better or were old enough to know better. And that is genuinely, I let go. I forgive and I let go. And most importantly, I forgive myself, because a lot of the times I thought it was my struggle to forgive other people, but it was actually also to forgive myself. It was to forgive myself and the upset and disappointment that I had for my inner child and my younger self who didn't know any better. But I see her from the perspective of knowing better. So there's a level of guilt and shame and judgment that I can put upon her. But she didn't know any better. She was a child trying to maneuver the best way that she can and the best way that she was figuring out too. So I have to forgive her. And I have to forgive myself. I have to forgive myself in seeing her in that element. We're learning. Healing is sometimes also enjoy life, it's not really healing and stuff, but when you are healing, you need a lot of grace and a lot of patience and a lot of time to forgive, because it's hard. It's a long road. 22. You're doing great, sweetie, and keep going. Honestly, you're doing great. You are. Honestly, for you to be where you're at and where you are at, you're doing great. Don't think about how better you could be doing, because you're doing the best that you can, and you're doing better than the day before, and you're doing better than the week before, and you're doing better than the month before, and you're doing better than the couple of months before that, and you're doing better than half a year ago, and you're doing better a year ago, and you're doing better than 2 years ago, and you're doing better than a couple of years ago, and the list keeps going on. So honestly, you're doing great. Keep going. You're on the right path. Genuinely. Don't beat yourself up. And also, leading on to the next one, number 24. I think I'm saying that right. Yeah, that was 23. That was 23. Just know it's 26 list. I wrote it down already before and I counted it, I promise. Celebrate every milestone. Every little, medium, big. Celebrate every step. Because in order to get to the big steps, there's a lot of little steps and middle steps and little steps and medium steps that took to get to the big milestones. So celebrate throughout the whole way. Why not? A reason to celebrate. Because you deserve it. We all deserve to be celebrated. Sometimes waking up in the morning when you didn't want to wake up and go to work is even a celebration in itself. Treat yourself to a cup of coffee, baby. You deserve it. It's hard, and we're trying the best that we can. And I saw something, and actually, do you know what? I was actually going to put another thing, but that will be a bonus. This is actually another lesson that I've learned. One of the lessons I've learned before turning 26. As a person that's I'm 26 now. As a person that's just turned 26, on the dot today, I am officially only 6 years old as an adult. No, that doesn't make sense. I'm 8 years old as an adult. I turned into an adult when I was 18. I'm only 6 years in the game of being an adult. So trust and believe I'm doing the best that I can. I've only been an adult for 8 years. That blew my mind. From the time you're 18, you're starting over again, but as an adult. So a lot of us, if you're 20, you've only been an adult for 2 years. You're a 2-year-old adult. When you're 22, you're a 4-year-old adult. When you're 24, you're a 6-year-old adult. And when you're 26, like I turned today, I'm an 8-year-old adult. So for being an adult for 8 years, I think I'm doing pretty good. And I'm not going to judge myself harshly. I know my FYP is literally trying to coax me into being engaged, married, and have a house all in one go. And honestly, when the time is right, the time will be right. I leave it to God and I just maneuver the way I need to. When the time is right, the time is right. I'm not going to stress. I'm not going to feel pressured, because trust and believe, I never felt more pressured than I do feel now for the engagement and the baby and the house and the thingy. Everybody's asking, you talking to somebody? You got a boyfriend? I don't want to feel pressured, because life is already hard enough without being pressured about milestones of life. So I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to go at the step that I'm going at. Simple as. Okay. Last but not least, this is a bonus one. I've already said the 26 things that I've learned, lessons, advices, memories, and all that. This is a bonus one. You're the only you in this whole entire world that exists. So by your birthright, you deserve everything you want, and you can achieve everything you want. And that is facts. You are the only you that exists. So by birthright, you deserve everything you want, and you can achieve everything you want. And that is a really beautiful way to leave this video here. So if you've made it all the way here, please put a star to represent your birthright of being a star. And please, if you're new to my channel, make sure you like, subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, thank you for rocking with me. Thank you so much. You've made me a very happy woman. I'm turning 26. I've turned 26. And I feel so happy. And I'm so excited to see what the future holds. And I thank you very much for always rocking with me. And I'll just leave it at that, because I genuinely need to go to sleep now. So, peace.